Hey everyone, this is Elliot. I'm here on Taking Turns. I'm playing Pokemon trading card game online. I'm playing a Malamar deck, which focuses on flipping and re-flipping coins. There's several cards in here that lets us re-roll coin flips. One of them being Victini, with its ability that lets you re-flip coins. One of them being Trick Coin, an equipable, what is it called, a tool card that lets us reflip coins. And finally, from one of the more recent expansions, we have Glimwood Tangle, a stadium that lets us reflip coins. So we can see here I started with kind of a poor hand. I ended up with Shaman in the active spot and an executing hand. And my opponent started off with a Mewtwo. My opponent appears to be playing a Mew and Mewtwo themed deck. Their card sleeves are quite on point. And we see here my Shaman takes 50 damage from that attack. Victini I can put on the bench now. I only run one copy of Victini. I find that Trick Coin and Glimwood Tangle are superior. It doesn't take up bench space, and it's not liable to get knocked out because those abilities are attached to trainer cards instead of a Pokemon. Here I got Glimwood Tangle out. Now the coin flipping abilities, they don't stack. You can only reflip coins once. So if you have Victini and Glimwood Tangle, you can still only reflip one time. Trick Coin actually says that in the text, but I believe it's true for all combinations of coin flipping abilities. Looks like my opponent is healing damage off of that Mewtwo, and discarding their hand and drawing 7 off of Professor Sycamore. Rock Guard, an A-spec card. If I deal damage to it by an attack, my Pokemon will take 60 damage. Now, if I can get my hand size down, I can play Shaman and draw some cards. Colress would only net me 4 cards, so it's not the best in this situation. I also have Guzma in my hand. Let's see. I'm gonna take N back from my discard pile using a Verse Seeker and get 6 cards, and my opponent also gets 6 cards. That was the best way for me to draw as many cards as possible. I now have a Zorua on my bench. I run Zoroark in this deck. I mean, it's a great card. It provides a lot of draw power, and it also works on Dark Energy. I can use its GX attack. It's the only Pokemon GX in the deck, so its GX attack is the only option for a GX move. I don't find myself using it very often, though. My opponent getting supporter cards from their deck. Getting energy cards. Now that confusion is a problem, because as it turns out, you can't reflip for confusion. Grabbing a Shaman so I can get some more cards in hand. And I'm gonna play Hypnotoxic Laser. Now I'm gonna draw 4 cards off of Shaman. Now I can attach a Dark Energy to Malamar and it can attack, but with the 60 damage from Rock Guard, if it damages itself for confusion, it'll be knocked out. So it's a risky move if I attach an energy to Malamar right now. I could also attach Floatstone and Retreat, I believe. I attach Floatstone. Do I want to attach this energy? I play Cynthia to get some more cards. I'm not sure. Now I have Glimwood Tangle set up again. And I decide I am going to attach a Dark Energy to Malamar. My opponent's Pokemon is already asleep, but I guess it's doubly asleep now. And here we go with some coin flips. Yes, I will re-roll that horrible roll. And 3 heads. So we did 180 damage. And Poison knocks it out. That's 3 prize cards. Or sorry, 2 prize cards. My opponent is setting up to knock out my Malamar. They put Sycamore in their hand. And they use a GX move which prevents me from playing cards in my hand. So that's great. There's nothing I can do about that. So I'm just going to attack. Flip, flip, flip. Gets through confusion. I will re-roll that flip. 2 heads, not bad. And we're flipping again. I accept the flip when I get more heads than tails. And knocked out my first Malamar. Good thing I have another one in my hand, but I'll have to bring something else up to the active spot. This Zoro will do. And I can evolve it into Zoroark. Put this Malamar on my bench. From my discard pile, I'll get the Malamar that was just knocked out. But do I want to play Malamar or Tapu Lele? I think, actually, this is the best supporter card to play. I can get any 2 cards with Zoroark's ability. I'll take Floatstone and Dark Patch. That'll get my Malamar up and running. I trade that Tapu Lele that I don't need right now. Attach Floatstone to Zoroark. Dark Patch onto the Malamar. And attach double colorless energy to the Malamar, leaving my opponent's Pokemon asleep, and I retreat Zoroark. Stupid dialogue. And then, it's time to flip some more coins. Here we go. No, I'll reflip that. Well, that wasn't perfect. But my opponent is still asleep, which is good. Do they have anything to retreat their Pokemon? Yes, they do. Actually, I think we saw that earlier. That card. Alright, my turn. I have Guzma and double colorless energy. That's a good combination. Let's see. This Gengar and Mimikyu is weak to dark types. I'll play Guzma to bring that up to the active spot. I'll bring up my Zoroark that has Float Stone attached. Retreat it. Bring Malamar to the front. Attach double colorless energy to Malamar, leaving my opponent asleep, and then flip the coins. Let's see. Yes, I will reflip that. That was good enough. And now I'm gonna be left with one prize card left. And my opponent is attaching energies using Max Elixir. Healing some damage. Mew V on the bench. A card I'm not yet too familiar with. Their deck is getting pretty thin. Some of their searches are failing. Let's see. $130 damage. Almost knocked me out, but not quite. And two of the cards in my hand got shuffled back into my deck. I can evolve this Zorua. Now I can trade twice, which is good because an Ultra Ball in the hand doesn't mean anything if you don't have enough cards. Battle Compressor, get 2 Execute in my discard pile, and a Dark Energy for Dark Patch if I get one, which I have a computer search in my hand, so really I can get any card at this point that is still in my deck. Let's see. I'll use the laser. Poison does not go to sleep. Now I'll propagate my executes. Get a double colorless energy, which I can attach to my Malamar, knock out that Pokemon, and it's all up to the flips now. That was rough. I'm gonna flip again. That was better. Didn't quite knock it out. So it looks like they're gonna be able to knock out my Malamar, and we'll both be down to one prize. Yeah, they cured poison off their Pokemon. Let's see. Bill's analysis turns up Max Elixir and Boss's orders. Max Elixir fails, and Psychic knocks out 410 damage. Wow. And that was with resistance. I'll promote my Zoroark with the Float Stone. We're both down to 1 prize. Now, let's see. I'm going to put the executes in my hand. Use Ultra Ball to get Shaman so I can draw some cards, because I only have 1 card in my hand right now. Play Shaman, draw 5. I got a Dark Patch, which I was hoping to find. Put a Dark Energy onto Malamar. And now, let's see. I want to get more energy, hopefully a double colorless energy. I'll play Colress, shuffle my hand in and draw 7. I got Trick Coin in my hands. Let's see. Propagate this execute. I'm gonna trade it. Another Dark Patch. Perfect. More energy onto Malamar. And I'm gonna trade again using my other Zoroark. And let's see what we'll find. Leave my opponent's Pokemon asleep. Retreat my Pokemon. Bring up that Malamar, attach Trick Coin, and flip. Let's see. 3 heads. I will not reflip that. And I knock out my opponent's Pokemon with 360 damage. And that's game. Hope you enjoyed watching. Subscribe, check out my other videos.